Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 Atlanta Braves baseball. It's May 5th, and the Houston Astros come to town to take on the Atlanta Braves. And let's take a look at the Houston Astros starting lineup. Leading off playing left field is Terry Poole. Batting second, playing third base is Enos Cabell. Batting third, playing center field is Cesar Cedeno. Batting fourth, playing first base is Bob Watson. Batting fifth, playing right field is Jose Cruz. Batting sixth, playing second base is Art Howe. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Ed Herman. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Jimmy Sexton. And batting ninth is a NIEKRO, but not Phil. It's Joe pitching for the Houston Astros. Let's take a look at the hometown Atlanta Braves starting lineup. We got leading off playing second base, Jerry Royster. Batting second, playing center field is Roland Office. Batting third, playing right field is Brian Asselton. Batting fourth, playing left field, Jeff Burris. Batting fifth, doing the catching is Biff Pocaroba. Batting sixth and playing first base is Dale Murphy. Batting seventh and playing third base is Ron Gilbreth. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Pat Rocket. Batting ninth and on the mound for the Atlanta Braves is Tommy Boggs. Get down here to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium and get this game started. Alrighty, like I say, Terry Poole's going to be leading it off here for the Astros. He's batting 284 on the year. He's got a homer and 7 RBIs. Be going up against Tommy Boggs. This is Tommy's fifth start of the year. He's 1-2 with a 7.25 ERA. And let's get this game started. First pitch, as we've already dropped the dice. And where did it go? Way back here. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. The Rockets got it. He's going to throw over to Murph for out number one. One up and one down here in the top of the first. And Enos Cabell steps up to the plate. Cabell's batting 324 on the year. He's got 4 homers and 13 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tommy's first strikeout of the game. Cabell goes down, and Cesar Cedeno, CC, steps up to the plate. He's batting 344 on the year. He's got a homer and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. The Rocket makes the catch. And that'll do it. Houston 1, 2, 3. They go in the top of the first. And we go to the bottom of the first with Royster Office and Asselton due up. Royster will lead it off here for the Braves, batting 261. No homers and 4 RBIs, going up against Joe NIEKRO. This isn't Joe's 6th start of the year. He's 2-2 with a 3.22 ERA. And here's the pitch to Royster. And that's going to be against the righty. 10. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. Nice job by Royster to get aboard here. It's a leadoff single. So Royster's down at first. And Office is at the plate now. And Roland is batting 339 on the year. He's got a homer and 7 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Royster. The Office. And against 8. And that is going to be a ground ball down the second. Hal's not that great of a fielding second baseman. It's going to be fielding column number 2. And that's going to be able to get the lead runner. So Royster's out now, Office down at first. And we'll make him a 27. 27. Will he take off? He's going to take off and try to steal here. Office is getting scoring position here. So 53 or lower, he's safe. And he's safe down there at second. Nice stolen base by Office. So now you got a runner in scoring position for Brian Asselton. And Asselton's batting .256 with no homers and 2 RBIs. Runner in scoring position with NIEKRO on the mound with that knuckleball. See how many stolen bases the Braves can get here today. And that's going to be a 12 against a 7. That's going to be a ground ball down the first. And 21 on the 3. And that's going to be fielding column 1. It's going to be popped up in the foul territory. Watson goes over near the stands and makes the catch for out number 2. So it's up to Jeff Burris here. Get the runner in from second in Office. Burris is batting .274. He's got 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. This is going to score a run from second. Burris puts a charge into the ball. And that ball is driven into the gap out in deep center field against a 3. That's going to be a triple. And that'll score the first run of the ball game. The Braves take a 1-0 lead here at the bottom of the first. Runner down at third now. 2 outs for Biff. Biff Pocoroba's batting .309. He's got 3 homers and 10 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Sexton. He's going to fire over to first, and that'll end the inning. But the Braves do score 1 and lead this game 1-0 as we go to the top of the second. We got Watson, Cruz, and Howdo up here. And Bob is batting .273, 3 homers, and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Gilbreth's up with it, fires across the diamond to Murphy. That'll be out number 1. And Jose Cruz steps up to the plate. Cruz is batting .294. He's got a homer and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be an infield hit. So Cruz is aboard here with 1 out. And Cruz is going to take off here, folks. 35. So about 66 is the only way they're going to get Cruz out of here. And he's in there safely with the stolen base. So Cruz is now in scoring position. And up to the plate steps Art Howe. Art's batting .325. No homers and 12 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Art Howe. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 35 on a 4. That'll be fielding column 2. And they'll look the runner back the second. Fire over to first for out number 2. So now there's 2 down for Ed Herman. Can he drive in the tie and run here? Herman's batting .083 on the year. No homers and no RBI. And against the righty, that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And Cruz should score easily. Let's see here. I don't have my calculator with me. Here. So that would be a 22. That was an 8. Single in the center field. On a 5, he's going to score easily. Cruz will score and tie this game up here with 2 outs. 2-out RBI single by Herman. And just like that, it's 1-1. And that brings up Jimmy Sexton. And Jimmy's batting a $154. The runner down at first now, so the Braves wasn't able to hold the lead for long, that's for sure. And that's going to be against a 6, 9 with the runner down at first. And that's going to be an infield hit. And all of a sudden, Tommy can't get this inning over, folks. That's back-to-back base hits here with 2 outs. That brings up Joe NIEKRO now with runners on first and second and still 2 down. And this game is tied up at 1 apiece. And NIEKRO is batting 0 for 14, has yet to get a base hit this year. And that's probably going to end right here and now. 6 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And Herman doesn't have any speed down there at all. But let's see with 2 outs if he can score. That ball be hit in the right field. 66. He should score even as slow as he is. Yeah, he'll score with no throw. And the question is, will Sexton, who has darn good speed, make it down to third? That's the question. That is the question. Let's see here. 64, and he'll make it down to third with no throw. So that's going to give the Houston Astros a 2-1 lead here. And we have first and third, and we don't need no stinking DH. Joe NIEKRO helps his own cause, gives himself the lead here. And it is 2-1, first and third. Now we're back to the top of the order, and Terry Poole. Poole is 0 for 1. He grounded out the shorts for the time up. And that'll end the inning. So that's going to be a ground ball. Let's see here. It might not be. That might be a base hit. Yep. That's going to be a single over second, and the runs just keep on coming, folks. And NIEKRO will stop at second, and they go out and talk to Tommy because just like that, it's 3-0, folks. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that. Just had to go grab something to drink. Now we're back. First and second now. Still 2 outs, and the Astros have scored 3 runs to take a 3-1 lead. Here's the pitch to Enos, and that's going to add to it. Tommy might not even get out of this second inning, folks. That's a drive into right center field. How far will this ball travel, folks? That is the question. That is the question. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Just like that. In the right field, Enos Cabell makes this game 6-0. In a blink of an eye, this game has gotten out of control. Tommy Boggs has given up 6 runs, all but one of them with 2 outs. Cesar Cedeno's up now. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to CC, and that'll finally end the inning. Ground ball down to Royster. He fires over to first. But a 6-run inning capped off by a 3-run homer gives the Houston Astros a 6-1 lead. And we got Murphy, Gilbreth, and Rocket due up here in the bottom of the second. And the Murph is batting .232, 6 homers and 9 RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down to Enos at third. He fires over to Bob for out number 1. Here comes Gilbreth up to the plate. And Gilbreth is batting an even .200, no homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be against a righty, 11. And that's going to drop right in front of Terry Poole. He can't make the catch. He takes it on the bounce. And that'll be a base hit for Gilbreth. And the Braves need base runners, down by 5. Pat Rocket's up now, batting a .178 with no homers and 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch to the Rocket. And a 39 with a runner on first. Pitcher is a 2. And a 61, that's going to be a rare play. So a 39, a rare play. I have to re-roll some dice here. And a 36 on a 39. And that'll be a 14. And that ball will be hit down the second. Our out's not that great of a fielder, a 56. That should be fielding column number 3. 56 on a 7. Yeah, that's fielding column number 3. That's going to be an error. And the runner will get the second. So, how bobbles that one? That's an E4. Everybody's safe. And we got Tommy Boggs due up. And Tommy's going to be pitched hit for. He doesn't get to see the third inning. See who's going to come out here and pitch hit. As see here. Not going to waste a good pitch hitter yet. And Cheney's going to come off the bench here. Pitch hit. First and second. This is what we got for Cheney. You got Gilbreth down at second, the Rocket down at first. 1 out here. Can the Braves get some runs out of this? They need them. Trailing by 5. Cheney's batting .412 on the year. No homers and 1 RBI. Here's the pitch to him. And we drop a dice. And that's going to be against a righty. A 9. And an 8. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And Gilbreth's going to score easily. And let's see, a 54. 54. 54. And Cedenia's got a rocket out there. 37 plus a 16 and 33. And they're not even going to throw down the third. So that's going to be a RBI single for Cheney. And that'll get another run in here for the Braves. Nice piece of hitting. And now we got first and third. And only one out, and back to the top of the order we go, and Jerry Royster. And the Braves score some runs in this inning. They got one on the board after giving up a 6 spot. And they scratched their way back into this game. Royster singled his first time up against NIEKRO. Not this time. That ball's hit down the second. And that's going to be the old 4-6-3 double play. That's going to get Nuxie, no NIEKRO, out of the inning. The Braves score 1. But what could have been? We go to the top of the third, and the Braves are going to need a pitcher here. Let's see who they're going to go with. I think they're going to go with Dave Campbell. He's going to come out of the bullpen. Try to give him some innings here. Down by 4 now. So the pitcher's best friend helped old NIEKRO out. And this is Cheney's 4th appearance of the year. He doesn't have a record. He's pitched 4 innings, struck out 2. He's walked 1, given up 5 runs. He's got an 11.25 ERA. And the first batter he'll face is Watson, followed by Cruz and Howe. And Bob is 0 for 1. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. That'll be out number 1. And Jose Cruz is coming up now. And Jose, he singled and stole a base, came around to score his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball again out the left field. So Burris is busy this inning. 2 fly balls to left, 2 outs. And now Art Howe is at the plate. And he grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be against the 6. And 8. That's going to be a single in the left field. So Art Howe's aboard here with 2 outs. Remember, that's how the Astros scored 5 of their 6 runs was with 2 outs. So now you got Herman up. He singled, drove in a run, and came around to score his first time up. And a 32. That's going to be a fly ball out to Brian Asselton. That'll end the inning. So 3 fly balls, 3 outs. Houston strands 1. We get to the bottom of the 3rd. We got Office, Asselton, and Burris due up, and you can see the Houston's upcoming schedule. They got 1 more game here in Atlanta. Then they go up to Phillies, play 2 in Philadelphia, and then on to New York to play the Mets. Office is 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice and stole a base and came around to score 1 of the 2 runs for the Braves. And that's going to be a base hit. Office is aboard again for the 2nd time. He's down there at first with a leadoff single. And Brian Asselton's up now. And Brian is 0 for 1. He popped up to first his first time up. And against the 7, 1 and 8, that's going to be a single in the left field. And Office will stay put at second. And all of a sudden, now the Braves have the 2 leadoff batters aboard for Jeff Burris. Trailing by 4. It's 6-2. Can they get some runs here? Get themselves back in this game. I thought this game was over after a 6-run inning. The Braves aren't giving up yet. And Burris, he tripled and drove in one of those 2 runs. So let's see if Burris can do it again here against old NIEKRO. No, that's going to be a ground ball. Let's see here. Ground ball down the first. 53 and a 3 is probably going to be fielding column 3. And yep, that's fielding column. So that ball is hit down to Watson. He throws over the Saxton. And that is going to be. That's going to be a 6. That's going to be the old 3-6-1 double play. As Burris is slow. 3-6-1 double play, folks. And now there's 2 outs and Office down at third. Nice play down there by Watson. And nice job by NIEKRO getting over and covering first. So they double up. Another double play. Now Biff Pocorova's up with 2 outs, a runner down at third. He grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be hit down the third. He'll fire across the, popped up down the third, rather. So Enos will make the catch. And that'll end the inning. So we go to the top of the 4th. It's still 6-2 Houston. And you got Sexton due up here to lead off this inning. And he'll be followed by NIEKRO, and then back to the top of the order and Terry Poole. And Sexton is 1 for 1 today. He singled and came around the score. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Campbell strikes him out for out number 1. Here comes NIEKRO. He drove in a run his first time up because we don't need no stinking DH. He's 1 for 1 today with a RBI single. Came around the score. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. That'll be out number 2. And back to the top of the order we go. And Terry Poole. Poole's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And he grounded out the shortest other time up. And that's going to be 3. That's going to be an infield hit. So Terry's aboard here with 2 outs. And that brings up Enos Cabell, runner down at first. And Houston up by 4, trying to add to this lead. Enos had that 3-run homer. Make this a 6-1 ball game at the time, and he grounded out the short. Sorry, he struck out his other time. And that's going to be against a 3 and 11. And sorry, against a 5 and 11. That's going to be a single in the right field. And let's see here if Terry will get down there with 2 outs. A 50. He should get down the third. $50 minus a 32. And Terry's a 16. 34. He's going to get down there with no throw. Brian will throw that ball in the second. So we got first and third now with 2 outs. Can the Astros add to this lead? They're up by 4. We got Cesar Cedeno. CC's coming up. He's 0 for 2 today. He has popped up the short and grounded out the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out to office in center field. That'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still 6-2 Houston. We got Murphy due up here to lead off this inning. He'll be followed by Gilbreth and the Rocket. And Dale is 0 for 1. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. NIEKRO strikes old Murph out. Round number 1. Ryan Gilbert's up. He singled his first time up. Can he get aboard here and start a 1-out rally? Braves trailing by 4. They need base runners. Gilbreth singled and came around to score one of the runs here today. And that's going to be hit down the third over to Watson for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down for Pat Rocket now. The Rocket's 0 for 1. And here's the pitch to the Rocket. He grounded out to, he reached on an error his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball this time down the second. It'll end the inning. The Braves go down 1, 2, 3. To the top of the 5th we go. We got Watson, Cruz, and Howe due up here. This will be Campbell's last inning. He's due to lead off the bottom of the 5th. So Watson is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flew out the left. And that's going to be a hit by pitch unless he's an HB0, and he's not. So he just hit Bob. And the Astros ain't too happy with that. A lot of mumbling and grumbling. Watson's down at first now with nobody out for Cruz. And Cruz is 1 for 2 with a stolen base. And he flew out the left the other time up. And that's going to be a 40. And team defense is going to be a wild pitch by a wild pitch 3 only. And he's not. So otherwise, it's going to be a rare play. I'll have to re-roll some dice here. And a 32 on a 40. The runner down at first. And that'll be a 27. Double shortstop. And that's going to be a double in left field. And Watson's going to stop at third. So now we got second and third. And 1 out. Nobody out. About to bring the infield in here. Campbell might not make it through this inning, folks. So we got second and third. Art Howe up. And Howe is 1 for 2. He's grounded out the third and singled. Here's the pitch to Art. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Office is going to make the catch. And a 44. And Watson's going to stay put. So that'll be one out here. And now still second and third. Ed Herman up. Braves are going to keep the infield in against Herman, 43 on the year. And he is singled and flew out the right. And that's going to be another fly ball out the right field. 33 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. 53. Let's see here. Watson, he came on a lick. Let's see if he's going to try to score here. So that'll be a 53 minus a 32. And what is he? Only a 3, ain't he? Yeah, only a 3. He's coming up. Sexton, who is 1 for 2 today. 24. Let's see if they want to try to score him here. 24, 40. They're going to try to score him. Going to try to score him here. Question is, will 45. So we'll Cruz will end up at third here. So what did I say? A 20, 24. That'll be a 46 or less. He's safe. And he's in there safely, folks. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly out the right. Runner on second will tag up and get down to third. Now there's 2 outs and a runner down at third for Sexton here. He is 1 for 2 on the day. And now Houston is up 7-2. And he struck out. Sexton did his last time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. But Houston scores another run, makes it 7-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. That'll be it for Dave Campbell. See who will come off the bench here for the Braves. And it looks like Cito Gaston's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit here for Dave. And Cito's batting a $167 on the year with a homer and 2 RBI. And here's the pitch to Gaston. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field for out number 1. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And Jerry Royster steps up to the plate. And Royster is 1 for 2 today. He singled to start this game. See if he can start this fifth inning here with one out with a single and get something going. Braves are now trailing by 5, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Sexton. That'll be out number 2. So 2 quick outs here. And Office steps up to the and roll. Got that batting average up to 344 on the year. Can he get a 2-out rally going? He has singled and reached on the fielder's choice and stolen a base. So he's been on base both times. And not this time. That's going to be a comebacker to NIEKRO. He fires over to first. Watson's got it. And that'll end the inning. See who's going to come out of the bullpen here to pitch for Braves. Looks like Easterly will come out. So we got Easterly in here now. He'll be facing NIEKRO pulling Enos. This is Easterly's 5th game of the year. He started 2 games. He's got a 1-1 record with a 3 ERA. And NIEKRO is 1 for 2 with an RBI and flew out to right his other time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. The Rockets got it. He'll fire over to Murph for out number 1. And got Terry Poole up here now. Poole's having a good game. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Now there's nobody on, 1 out for these Houston Astros, up 7-2. And he has grounded out the short and singled his other 2 times up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the. That is going to be a base on balls. So Easterly walks Terry. So Terry's down at first with 1 out for Enos. And Enos is 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer. Can he keep this good performance up here today? He has struck out, homered, and singled his leg. And that's going to be hit down the third. And that's going to be a nice play down there by Gilbreth. He's going to pick that ball. Only play is going to be over to first. But that'll be out number 2. And Terry will get down the second for Cedeno. So runner in scoring position, 2 outs. And CC is 0 for 3. Him and Bob Watson's the only 2 Astros that hasn't gotten a hit because we don't need no stinking DH. And Joe NIEKRO came through with an RBI single. So Cesar, can he get his first hit of the game? He has popped up the short, grounded out the second, and flew out the center. And that's going to be hit out the right, out the center field. And Office is out there. And that's going to be a nice play by Office. He chases that ball down, folks. Robs CC of a base hit. That'll end the inning. And this game stays at 7-2 as we go to the bottom of the sixth. We got Astleton, Burris, and Poker at the bottom of the sixth. The Braves need to start scoring some runs, down by 5. Brian is 1 for 2. He's popped up the first, and he is singled. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves will take it. They need base runners. And that brings up Jeff Burris now. And that was NIEKRO's first walk of the game, folks, to go with his 1 strikeout. And Burris is 1 for 2 with that RBI triple, and he grounded into the 3-6-1 double play his last time up. And not this time, as he squares this one up, and NIEKRO's struggling here in the 6th inning. And that's going to be a double in the right field. 42. Cruz has got a gun out there with nobody out. I don't think they're going to chance it, but we'll see here. So 42. Ooh, didn't it? Yeah, 42 minus the 38. A 25. I think they're going to go for it here. A 51 or lower. And Brian's going to score from first. 51 or lower. And he's in there. So Jeff Burris with a double, an RBI double. So now it makes it a 7-3 ball game. Runner down at first. I'm down at second now with nobody out. And that might get the bullpen stirring a little bit. Some stretching out there in the 6th inning. Biff Pokeroba steps up to the plate. And Biff, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded out the short and popped the third. And that's going to be a 22. That ball is going to be hit out in front of home plate. And Herman, 7. He pounces up. And that ball is popped up. And he makes a nice catch in fair territory for out number 1. So Pokeroba pops up to his counterpart. Brings up the Murph here. And hopefully the game will catch up here. So now you got 1 out and Murph up. Murph's 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Terry's got that. That'll be out number 2. Burris stays put. So it's up to Gilbert to try to tackle another run here. make this a 3-run ball game. It's 7-3 Houston. And Gilbert is 1 for 2 on the day. He singled and grounded out to third. And that's going to be another ground ball down to third. Enos is up with it, fires over to Watson. And that'll end the inning. The Braves score 1. We go to the top of the 7th. It is still 7-3 Houston. Cruz and Howe due up here in the top of the 7th. And Watson, like I say, he's one of the 2 Astros without a hit today. He is 0 for 2. He did get hit by a pitch. He didn't hit, but he did get hit. Grounded out the third and flew out the left the other 2 times up. And that's going to be base hit into left field. So Watson gets a hit here today. That leaves CC. So Watson down at first with nobody out. And Mr. Cruz steps up to the plate. And Jose, can you see? And he's seeing all right because Jose is 2 for 3 today. He has singled and stolen a base, and he doubled in the 5th, flew out to left in the 3rd. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Easterly now is struggling here in this 7th inning. Art Howe's up now. Easterly's due up second. Braves don't want to go through this bullpen, so they're hoping he can get through this inning. And we got Art Howe up. He's 1 for 3. Grounded out the third, singled in, flew out the center. And that's going to be a 36. That's going to be a wild pitch. And that's going to make it 2nd and 3rd now and nobody out. So can't afford to give up any more runs down by 4. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Art Howe. And that's going to be a 1-8. That is going to be a single in the right field. And Cruz, will he score? That'll probably bring in 2, folks. Let's see here. A single in the right field. It's going to be a 46. There's nobody out. That's the thing. Minus Asselton's 32. Cruz has got excellent speed down there. So a 56 or lower. Cruz is safe. And he's in there safely. That's a 2 RBI single by Art Howe. And that makes 9-2. That just puts the amen to this game. Turn out the lights. This party's over now. If it wasn't before, it is now. So Art's down there at first. Still nobody out. And 2 runs are already in. As Easterly is struggling here in the 7th. Again, Braves aren't trying to waste a bunch of arms in this blowout game. So it's his inning to finish, I believe. You got Herman up. He is 1 for 2. He has 2 RBIs on the day. He singled, drove in a run, flew out the right, and had a sacrifice fly in the 5th. And that'll be a ground ball down the first. And a 64. That's going to be a single in the right field. And the hits just keep coming, folks. Hits just keep coming. Herman's aboard here. How with nobody else going to stop at second. So it's first and second. They go out and talk the double switch here with Gilbreth. As Jimmy Sexton steps up to the plate, 1-for-3. He singled and struck out twice. And not this time against the lefty. He's going to make that a 8. That's going to be a single in the right field. And that's going to probably score Howe even with nobody out. And even with his speed, let's see here. 56. 31. Herman's not going to go nowhere with his speed. So a 61 or lower, Howe's going to score. And he's going to score, and Herman's going to stop at second. That's an RBI single by Sexton. And they just keep adding to it. That's 10-3. Pretty good, buddy. And they're going to have to make the double switch here. See if they got anybody on the bench that can play third. And they do. Barry Bonnell is going to come off the bench. He's going to bat in the and hopefully now you can hear me again as we're going to bring in, let's see who's going to come in the pitch here. Who's going to come in the pitch? You got NIEKRO due up. Oh, and it's going to be Divine's going to come in here the pitch. So Divine will come in the pitch. And like I say, Bonnell will come in and play third and bat in the 9 spot. As the Astros have just busted this game wide open here. 10. Still nobody out in this 7th inning, folks. That's the sad part. Sorry, this game's taking so long to load here. Hmm, darn. This is ridiculous how slow this is taking. Sorry about it. And finally, now we can get down to the field here. So Barry's down at third now. Divine comes into the game. He'll bat in the seventh spot. Barry will bat at ninth, be second. And like I say, it's first and second, folks. Still nobody out. Divine's fourth appearance. He doesn't have a record. He's pitched 5 1/3 innings, walked two, struck out two's given up 3 runs, has a 5.06 ERA. Here's the pitch to Nuxie, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. So they get the all important strikeout. Nice job by Divine. That'll be one out finally in this seventh inning. Back to the top of the order we go, and Terry Poole. And Poole is 2 for 3 today. And he has grounded out. He has singled twice, then walked his last time up. And that's going to be hit down the third. Can the Braves turn three? The ball always finds you. Barry's down there. He's not a great fielding third baseman, that's for sure. And that's going to be hit down the third. He'll throw a He'll throw down the second with Royster covering, and that'll be all they'll get. So now we got first and third, and two down now for Enos Cabell in a 10-3 ball game. And Cabell is 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer in this game. Can he add to this RBIs here? He has 16 RBIs on the year. Can he add to it here? And against a righty, he'll be a 3, and he is going to add to it, folks. That is going to be a single in the right field. And Terry's going to stop at second. And that's going to be 11 and 3 ball game. So Cabell comes through. CC gets another opportunity. He's the only Astro without a hit. So now we're back to first and second, and still 2 down here. And 4 runs have come across the plate here in this seventh inning. And this will be the ninth batter that comes to the plate. Watson started this inning off. So 9 batters. Can Divine get out of this mess? And no, he can't. CC launches this one in right center field. And with 2 outs, I believe Enos is going to score easily down there. double 51, right? Yeah, 51. 51 minus a 32, and he's a 17. So he's going to score without a throw. So that's going to make it a 13. As CC finally gets his first base hit, and it's a nice double in the right to score 2. And it makes it a 13-3 ball game. They're up by 10, folks. Now you got a runner down at second and 2 outs, and here comes the 10th batter. Not the 10th one due up here now. It's Bob Watson started this 7th inning off with a single and came around to score. He didn't have a hit until then, and that's going to be a, let's see here. That's going to be a line drive down the third. That'll end the inning. But not until they add a 6 spot and make this a 13-3 game. We go to the 7th inning stretch. We got Rocket, Bunnell, and Royster due up here in the bottom of the 7th because we made that double switch. And Braves upcoming schedules there. We got one more game here in Atlanta against Houston. Then the Expos come to town to play 2, and then the Braves go on the road to Montreal to play the Expos. So we got the Rocket. He's 0 for 2. He's reached on an error and grounded out to second. And that's going to be a ground ball, I believe, down the second base. Yep. And that's going to be an E4. So an error by Howe gets a runner aboard here, and the Braves need a lot of runners. They are down by 10, folks. And that'll bring up Bunnell. This will be his appearance of the game. Coming in on that double switch. He's batting .284 on the year with no home runs and 4 RBIs. A runner down at first. Here's the pitch to Barry. And that's going to be against 9. That's going to be a single in the right field. And a Rocket, his run means nothing. He's going to stop at second with nobody out. And Royster's up now with first and second and still nobody out. That will get the bullpen started here for the Astros as we make it to the 7th inning. Not going to get up. They're not going to get ready quickly, but they are going to get ready because Royster is 1 for 3. He has singled, grounded into a double play, and grounded out to short. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. CC's got it. That'll be out number 2. And Mr. Office is up now. And Office is 1 for 3. Can he come out with a key 2-out base hit here? Cut this lead in to decent numbers instead of a 10-run deficit. And he gets a hold of this one, Office does. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. And that's going to score both runners. Just like that. It's now 13-5. Sorry, I had to laugh. So now you got Astleton up here now with a runner down at second. 2 runs are in. This might be the last inning for NIEKRO. When's he due up here? He's due up 5th. Brian Astleton's up. He's 1 for 2. He has popped up the first, singled, and walked, and came around the 4th last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll be out number 2. And Jeff Burris now comes up to the plate. And Jeff's having a good game. One of the few Brady's having a good game. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He has doubled and tripled in this game. See if he can get a home run here. Nope, that is going to be a ground ball down the short. Sexton's up with it. Fires over to first. And that'll do it. The Braves score 2. Cut the deficit to 8 as we go to the top of the 8th. Like I say, we'll have Cruz, Howe, and Herman due up here in the 8th inning. And Cruz is 2 for 3. He's got a double. He's stolen the base and has scored twice. Here's the pitch to Jose. And that's going to be a rare play. 41 on a 40. And that's going to be a ball 1. Here's the 1-0 count to Cruz. And he drives this ball. Folks, let's see how far this ball is going to travel against Divine. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is that ball going to go is the question, folks. And it's gone. So Jose Cruz with a home run to center field and makes it a 14-5 ball game. They get one of those runs right back. Now up to the plate steps Art Howe. Nobody on and still nobody out in this blowout. And now you got Howe, who is batting .333 on the year. He's 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And he has singled twice and flew out to center and grounded out to third. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Divine can't get an out here in this 8th inning. That brings up Herman now. And Ed's having a good game. He's 2 for 3 with the RBI. He do something now with a runner down at first and still nobody out. The Braves need a double play in the worst way. Just trying to end this ball game. He has singled, flew out the right, had a sacrifice fly, and singled last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Can they go around the horn and get the double play? And the answer to that is yes, Barry. Nice pick down there. Fires over the Royster over to Mirth. That'll be the old 5-4-3 double play around the horn. So now there's 2 outs and nobody on, but 1 run's already came in this inning to increase that lead back to 9. It was 10 at the highest point. And now Sexton steps up to the plate. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Divine, after giving up the home run, settles down. We get to the bottom of the 8th. It's still a 14-5 ball game. Got Pocaroba, Murphy, and then Divine due up. That was only 2 outs. That should have been 3. Yeah. Man, that game is slow. I apologize how slow that game is. It's ridiculous. So Pocaroba is 0 for 3. He is grounded out and popped up twice. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field for out number 1. Up to the plate now steps the Murph. And Murph is 0 for 3 today against Mr. Nuxie. And he has grounded out, struck out, and flown out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, probably. Nope. That's going to be a hit by pitch unless he's an HB0. So they hit the Murph, but that wasn't done on purpose. That knuckleball was probably going 50 mile an hour. The Murph shrugs it off, walks on down to first. And I guess they're going to take Divine out of the game here. Devine will come out, have a pitch hitter for him. And it'll be Bob Beal come off the bench. Pitch hit here for Devine. And Bob is batting 250 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. Murph down at first. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Jimmy's got it in shallow left field for out number one. And up steps the Rocket now. See if Pat can do something here with one out and Murphy. Murphy with decent speed down there at first. This is terrible how slow this is taking. I apologize. Darn. Any day now, I will hear you say. What the heck? It's supposed to be a pop-up down the short. What is going on here, folks? What is going on here? There we go. Finally. That brings up the Rocket. He's 0 for 3. He's reached on an error twice and grounded out the second. And that's going to be a ground ball tailor-made double play down the Sexton over to Howe, over to Watson. And that'll end the inning. Well, it wasn't a double play. There's already 2 outs. Already 2 outs. So it was just a ground ball down the second. And we go to the top of the ninth. And we need a pitcher here for the Braves. Rick brother Mickey is going to come in the game. And we're going to have a pitch hitter here for NIEKRO. NIEKRO up there for Houston. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Okay, first bring Mick in. Where's Mickey at? He'll be in the 7th spot. Okay, who's going to come off the bench here? And it looks like Howard's going to come off the bench here. And pitch hit for NIEKRO. Wilbur. And Wilbur is batting .222 on the year with no homers and 1 RBI. You got Mickey on the mound. This is his 10th appearance of the year. And he is no record with 11 strikeouts, 5 walks, giving up 6 runs. And he is got a 4.26 ERA. Here's the pitch to Howard. And that's going to be a base on balls. Howard walks on down to first. So you got a runner down at first. Top of the order due up here now with Terry Poole. Still nobody out. That sounds familiar. And Terry's 2 for 4 with an RBI today. And here's the pitch to Terry. And that's going to be against the lefty. 10. And that is going to be it's going to be a single in the center field. And Howard is going to get down the third. So now we got first and third. And still nobody out. And the Braves are just looking for outs. They're not bringing the infield in. They just want outs, folks. That'll bring up Enos Cabell. And Cabell is 3 for 5 with a homer and 4 RBIs in this game. Can he add a 5th one at least to it? Here's the pitch to Enos. And that's exactly what the Braves was looking for. That ball is hit down the second. That'll be the old 4-6-3 double play. A run will score. Make it 15-5. Now there is nobody on and 2 outs or miss. Cedeno's got 1 hit and 2 RBIs in this game. He had a double his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And Alvis is going to make a nice play out there. Rob CC of another hit. That'll end the inning. But Houston adds 1, makes it a 10-run game. The bottom of the 9th we go. See who's going to come out here and pitch for the Astros here in the 9th with a 10-run lead. So you can see the Astros are 9 and well, no, I just left. And Gene's going to come in the game here. Gene Pets comes in the game. This will be Gene's second appearance of the year. He's pitched 2/3 of an inning, hasn't given up anything. He'll be facing Bunnell, Royster in the office here in the bottom of the ninth. And that'll be a fly ball out the left field for out number one. And up to the top of the order we go, and Jerry Royster. And Royster is 1 for 4 today. Braves trailing by 10. It's a blowout, folks. Not every game can be close, that's for sure. And this one wasn't. And Royster, like I say, 1 for 4. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be a comebacker to the mound. Gene's up with it. Fires over to Watson. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the ninth. It's up to Office to keep this game going. He's having a good game for the Braves. One of the few Braves that is. He is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs on the year. And here's the pitch to Rowan. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. And that's going to be a nice play by Herman. He pounces on it, fires that ball down the first. And that'll end the game, folks. Houston blows out the Braves 15-5. They send them to the moon, Alice, to the moon. Let's take a look at here. All righty. Look at the box score here. It's all Houston, that's for sure. All of Houston. Astros, 15 runs on 18 hits and 2 errors. They led in every category, even errors. Braves, 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Look at that top of that order. Terry Poole and Enos Cabell both had 3 hits. Cabell had 4 RBIs. He had that 3-run homer. You had Jose Cruz, 3 for 4 with a homer. Look at that. Everybody had a base hit in the game for the Astros because we don't need no stinking DH. Even Joe NIEKRO had an RBI single. Houston was 8 for 17 with runners in scoring position, left 6 men on base. And you had Office and Burris both had decent games for the Braves, and that was about it. Both of them had 2 hits, and Burris had 2 RBIs. Braves were 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position, left 6 men on base. Joe NIEKRO goes 3-2 on the year, pitches 8 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, only 3 of them earned, walked one and struck out two. Pence comes in and pitches an inning. Tommy Boggs got lit up, folks. He is now 1-3. Pitched 2 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, no walks, struck out one and gave up the 3-run homer. Campbell comes in, pitches 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, struck out two. Easterly, an inning, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks. Devine, 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, walked one, struck out two, and gave up a homer. And Mick comes in, pitches an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, walked one. Let's do some fast play here in the National League. You got the Expos taking on the Reds in Cincinnati. See what happens up here in Ohio. And the Expos win 6-2 on 11 hits and 1 error. The Reds 2 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Then you got the Mets traveling to Philadelphia. See if Ken Castro's Phillies can beat these stinking Mets. And the Phillies do win. Let's see what the Stars for here. Maddox hit a grand slam for the Phillies. And so did McBride. 2 grand slams in this game to win this. We'll have to look at this box score. Too bad Ken's not around. Take a look at this box score. 2 grand slams wins this game, folks. They scored all 8 runs on grand slams. The Mets 7 hits, 7 runs, 16 hits, and 2 errors. The Phillies 8 runs, 10 hits. Got out hit. Had Randall having good games. The same with Montez and Henderson. Look at all those pitch hitters and pitchers in this game, folks. The Mets were 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position. And they had Maddox that hit a homer, left 14 men on base. So that was the Maddox that hit the home run. So it wasn't both Phillies. So the Mets scored 7 runs in the 7th inning, folks, to make out a ball game. Ain't that crazy? So I had the wrong Maddox hitting that home run. I thought both of them was Phillies. So get out of that. You got the Dodgers going up to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. Let's see if Beatles Pirates can beat these damn Dodgers. The bums that they are. 11 against Hooten. And the stinking Dodgers win 8-3. 8 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. The Pirates 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. And the last game here on May 5th is the Padres taking on the Cardinals in St. Louis. And the Padres win 8-7 on a 13 hits and no errors. The Cardinals 7 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard after May 5th. You got the Expos leading the Pirates by half a game. The Phillies are a game back. And 2 games back is the Cubbies, and then it drops off the cliff. The Cardinals are 10.5 games back, and the Mets 11 games back. And in the National League West, rather, you got the Dodgers 3.5 games up on the Giants, 4.5 up on the Padres. Astros, Reds, and Braves all are 7 games back. You got Larry Parrish leading the National League with a 4.31 average. George Foster with 8 home runs and 23 RBIs leading the National League. And you got Don Robinson with an 0.84 ERA and a boatload of pitchers with 4 wins. And you got Fingers and Bruce with 5 saves. George Foster's leading in the MVP voting. And Rudy Rudy is leading in the Cy Young. I want to thank you all for stopping by and watching this game. Unfortunately, not every game can be close. What a blowout by the Astros. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders, and you're way out of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Hit that like button and leave a comment. We'll have game number 2 of this series on May 6th. See what the pitching matchup is. I believe it's Walking and Ahar going up against Hannah. I believe that's what the pitching matchup for this game will be. The next game here on the channel against these same Astros and Braves. See if the Braves can Atlanta, Georgia. Make them Georgia Peaches happy. Yeah, Walking and Ahar. That'll be interesting against Preston Hannah. Alrighty, folks. Well, you have a good day and take care.